First, I must welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
What do you think of the youth in the neighborhood? And, trouble?
The youth in the neighborhood is struggling right now. They're struggling through a worse oppression than what we went through when we were younger in the 90s. Now, poverty is set in their minds. It's been a long time that they've already, fed our body, but they starved our minds too long already. So it's starting to spur out into the city. We're starting to see it more in our youth. The youth are getting a little out of hand. They're doing things that we wouldn't have even dreamed of doing at 12 years old or even younger than that. So I see a lot of this stuff in the city, and no one really does anything to counteract this. It's like more of a slap on the wrist. What happened to the parents? We don't have parents really anymore. We don't have grandparents, because grandma's like 32 now.
Yeah, that's true.
Grandma's 32 now. I know a grandmother is 32.
Wow.
So there's no wisdom in that person. We have to get a stable state of wisdom to be a parent. That's why I'm not a parent yet. I'm not prepared to be a parent yet. But these people just, hey,
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of violence going on around in the cities, Niagara Falls, shootings, stabbings. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up where you just fight with these, go out and have coffee or whatever. And today's society is getting a little rough. What do you think about that?
I think it still lies with parenting, proper parenting. They don't teach us discipline anymore. It's corporal punishment is being neglected right now.
Okay.
When I grew up, if I did something wrong, I got a whooping.
Yeah.
And guess what? I didn't do it again. I knew that there was a consequence for that action.
Right.
We came to a point where we stopped teaching our kids there's a consequence for that action until the police get involved. And we don't want the police to get involved. We want to take care of our own actions in home. It's domestic, so we should be able to take care of it in home. What happens is these kids don't know right from wrong. They think that their way of living is the way of living. They think that doughboy life is the way of living. I told them I've been dealt the same cards you have. I came from the same projects you have.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit on these corners 24/7 waiting for my ship to come in. I'm going to go out here and get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the game of waiting for the cops to come kick in my door. I'm going to go out there and get me a job and get my money legit.
Okay.
There's no 401k plan in the doughboy game. You don't get no 401k. When you get about 50 years old, guess what you're going to be doing if you ain't become a millionaire with, which 9 times out of 10 you living in Niagara Falls, you're not becoming a millionaire. So when you get 50, you're going to still be out there on that corner while I'm collecting my pension.
That's a good answer. So what do you do to occupy yourself now?
What I do to occupy myself, I'm in a lot of movements. I'm in the Niagara Falls Forward movement. I help out with Ann a lot as much as I can. I help out with Joanne too with the Mandolin Project. I help Ezra Scott out. I'm going to keep moving just to get out there to know who people are and as a person,
Yeah.
We have all these titles, labels, and names and everything, but that really doesn't define who we are as a person when I touch bases and talk to you one-on-one. So that's what I'm trying to do, touch bases with people one-on-one and connect. Ezra always said, since the get-go, a connected city is a protected city.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. When he said that line was already in my head in a different method, in a different way. But when he said that, I already knew that he had something. So that was a candidate that, won my support just by those words. And he started connecting me with different people. And even though he didn't even know that he was connecting me with different people, it just happened like a ripple effect. It was like a web. I'm getting to know this person. Oh, wasn't you on Ezra? Getting to know that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy about that. So now I can actually get out here to the youth and try and, help them out in a certain way, because Ezra, he mentors too. But I moved forward with the Niagara Falls Forward movement, where we're trying to have the whole Niagara Falls in a collective move forward, because we all need the old, the young, even the babies to get on page right now. That's why we want to see our community centers open back up, because our community centers was the basic functions where you learn right from wrong sometimes. You had that one person there, pull out your chair, sit down when you leave, clean up your spot. These kids don't know any of that. I've ran into kids that were 18, 19 years old at a job that asked me to train them how to mop a floor or do dishes. I'm like, you're playing, right? You gotta be playing. You gotta be playing.
Yeah. Wow, what a coincidence, because when I was talking to Ezra Scott, he said the same thing about the youth centers. The same thing that you just said. So obviously we're lacking that. You know, I went to a place yesterday, and me myself, I do a lot of volunteer work, and I saw you there.
Okay, yes.
And I was like, wow, this is a young man that's in back helping people, because I like to help people, you know, and that's pretty good, man. And we need more young youths like you.
We do, and I noticed that when I go out, that I'm singled out as the only person there that's around the 25 age mark. We're the rest of us. We're those that want to help out. It's time to come out and stop hiding behind your closed doors. I used to be that person that'd be like, oh, Niagara Falls is boring, it's whack. But what are you doing to combat that? You're just sitting in the house saying that, oh, we need better lighting systems, we need cameras put up. Get out there, go to city council. I'll go with you. Just give me a call, hit me up on Facebook, Charles Harris. I'll go with you. I'll get a crew to go with you. We want to see better lights in this city, a better lighting system in the city. We want to see more cameras in this city. We want to make this city a safer place for everybody to walk around. Because I was having a conversation with Joanne yesterday, and I told her it's starting to get bad when you have the black people that are afraid of the black people.
Yeah.
In our area, the black people are afraid of the black people. We cross the streets just to get away from each other.
Yeah,
Why?
Why?
Why can't we get unity between everybody?
Wow, that's pretty deep, because I see it. You know, excuse me, being on 19th Street, it's getting bad over here.
Oh yes.
I hear sirens and shootings and stabbings, all of that is going on around here, and it's scary.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is scary, but you know, a long time ago, I've always been told from being in church, it's going to be sometimes we're going to have to walk through that valley.
Yeah.
You know, those dark valleys. You know, so I'm prepared to do that, knowing that God is on my side. Am I scared sometimes? Yeah, but you won't see it. You'll never see it. I'm not going to crack. You know.
Because God got you.
God got me. No matter what you do to this body,
what you do, He got you.
Yeah, so I'm sometimes out there on 19th, out here in the Below community, just trying to deter crime sometimes too. Like trying to report crimes that happen. My only concern is the violent crimes though.
Yes.
You know, that's what has to be maintained first. The petty crimes, I'm not saying they're all right or a slap on the wrist, but we got to maintain our violent crimes. We got to maintain our homicides and our forcible robberies, our rapes. You know, there's a lot of dark crimes that go on in this city that we don't know about, and there's a lot of self-harm crimes that go on in the city. Sometimes we can't really help those people that self-harm themselves in this community, but we can help those who are affected by, criminal behavior, you know. So we want to reach out and help those people in a whole too. That's the only way. We got to make a ripple effect of people that can reach that goal.
Here's a question I want to ask you. What do you think of the Niagara Falls Police Department?
What do I think of the Niagara Falls Police Department? You know, I actually never had a problem with Niagara Falls Police Department. And this is a crazy thing because I have a lot of friends that just, not even a lot of friends, I have a few friends, they don't respect the police in general, so that will give them that, Niagara Falls cops are awful. But I've been in the mix with Niagara Falls Police numerous of times, and I've stepped in for other people. They've never once beat me, tased me, maced me. They've actually even thanked me for, de-escalating the situation. So they got a big ups on my book. They're not out here beating people. We have good cops, bad cops everywhere.
Yeah.
These cops, they're not out here beating people. I ran into a few cops yesterday that if they wanted to be those cops that day, they could have been those cops that day.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They had a sense of humanity in them that said, okay, this guy is belligerent. If you can handle him, get him in the house, just take him in the house and don't let him out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's a good answer because, a lot of times it's about how you carry yourself.
True.
If you're going to be a jerk, they're going to treat you like you're a jerk.
That is
you
correct.
know, and it's unreal. I've seen people get beat up. I've seen people get nicely, I don't know if you can put it like this, but taken away respectful.
Right.
So, yeah, I thank you very much for your time.
Oh yes, sir. Anytime.
And just remember, you saw it on Keeping It Real. And I'm here with Charles Harris, and I thank you.
And I thank you too for having me.
You're welcome. Hi, welcome to Keep It Real, another episode hosted by Terrance Ridgeway. And here I have Charles Scott.
Charles Harris.
Charles Harris, I'm sorry. Can you cut that part off?
I believe in the blood.